What's up everyone, this is Julian back with another video, and today I'm going to be showcasing to you guys a very safe team, if you guys know what I mean. So all three of these Pokemon that you see here are great safe swaps, and they can sort of be used interchangeably. They're all incredibly bulky, they all have great coverage. You guys can see right here, there's Hypno. I'm actually using the standard moveset here, Thunder Punch and Shadow Ball. And then of course you have Vigoroth, Counter, Body Slam, and Bulldoze. And then Azu in the back with Bubble, Ice Beam, and Play Rough. Now there's a case that can be made with the Hypno and the Azu that can be running different moves like Double Punches or hard-hitting Focus Blast and Shadow Ball for the Hypno, or Hydro Pump for the Azu. But these are the combinations that I ran with, and for this particular set I ran 3 out of 5. But again, as I mentioned earlier, the great thing about these three are that they are all incredibly bulky, and they are all they have great coverages against most of the meta. Now there will be a few matchups here that will give this team some problems, but overall, as long as there are no hard punishes to each of these Pokemon, these are all very great options, and all as a team actually sync really well together. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into these battles. But I have had a lot of success with this team, although you can customize however you want it to fit your needs. So here in this first battle, we have Hypno versus a Vigoroth on the lead. So this is actually a pretty decent lead for the Hypno, since counters will be resisted and the confusion will start to add up on the Vigoroth. Now the only thing that the Vigoroth can do here is Body Slam spam. I'll try saying that about a couple times fast. So it's going to be firing off a Body Slam here. So I am going to be going for trying to go for the Thunder Punch, but they do get to another Body Slam. So that's actually what's very dangerous about Vigoroth, is that it can get to Body Slams ridiculously quickly. So I'm going to be going for Thunder Punch right here, doing some nice chip damage to this Vigoroth, which is great. And I'm not going to be swapping into my own Vigoroth and try to counter down. And they actually swap into a Talonflame. So what I'm going to be doing here is again go for my own Body Slam spam. So the first one goes off here from this Vigoroth. Takes a big chunk out of the Talonflame. I do let an Incinerate through, which is unfortunate there, but the next Body Slam is going to go through. It's going to be getting the shield from this Talonflame. So now they're going to be throwing a move. I'm going to commit one shield here, even though it's a flame charge, just to see if I can draw 2 shields out here from this Talonflame. So if I can do that, I'm going to be in a perfectly good spot. So it does get the second shield, and I am actually going to let the Vigoroth go at this point. So there is no point, since I am pretty much energy dry at this point. So I'm actually going to be coming into the Azumarill now, and hopefully I can bubble down and actually swap into Hypno, and I do get off the Thunder Punch. So Thunder Punch here will be taking out the Talonflame. So they're going to be coming in with the Lapras. So this will be interesting. So I'm going to be going for a Thunder Punch here against this Lapras, doing some nice chip damage before I go down to fast moves. Now the Azumarill is matched up against this Lapras, and I'm going to be going for Play Rough. It's usually a pretty stalling matchup here. Both Azu and Lapras are both pretty tanky. So Play Rough gets the Lapras pretty low. There's no need for me to shield anything from this Lapras. It's a Skull Bash, which does some very nice damage. So I am not going to be able to bubble down because of the defense drop, the defense rising here. But they come in with their Vigoroth and try to catch a move, which they did not do successfully. And yeah, that ends the first game. Great game, well played to my opponent there. Moving into the next battle. Okay, so we have Hypno on the lead versus an Abomasnow. Now, if my Hypno had Fire Punch, this would be a great matchup for it. But it's actually okay here, so what I'm going to be doing is trying to build up to a Shadow Ball. Abomasnow's going to throw here. This is just a Weather Ball. A little bit of chip damage here. So I'm actually going to be going straight for the Shadow Ball here and see what the Abomasnow wants to do. It does get a shield, which is fine. They're going to be throwing another move here. It's going to get my Hypno a little bit low. They actually go for the Energy Ball this time, so I'm not able to get to another move, so I'm going to be coming in with the Vigoroth and get ahead on energy. So they actually come in with their own Hypno. So I'm going to be again going for the Body Slam spam against this Hypno. So it does a little bit of nice chip damage here. Getting a little bit more energy here. No free confusion through there that time, which is good. More chip damage, so I am able to get to one more here against this Hypno. It's going to be drawing the shield, or I'm going to be taking out the Hypno here. It gets the shield, which is great. So at this point, I'm going to be shielding. It's just a Thunder Punch from the Hypno though. I am going to let this one go. And I'm going to come in with the Azu, but they swap at the same time and back to the Abomasnow. I am letting this one go. If it's an Energy Ball, so be it. But I actually shield, and it was the Energy Ball, so a great call by me. So at this point, I am going to be able to bubble down the Abomasnow, which is great. Now, what do they have in the back? And it's a Toxicroak in the back, so I'm going to be going for the Play Rough here. It's going to be doing a lot of heavy damage. Now, the Toxicroak is going to be able to get to a Sludge Bomb, though. So this is a CMP tie here. And it is a Sludge Bomb, which almost takes out my Azu. But I'm able to get off an Ice Beam just in time here. And then I'm able to take out this Toxicroak. And I come back into the Vigoroth against the Hypno. And I'm able to get off. I'm not able to get to the Body Slam, which is unfortunate. But a couple more bubbles should be able to. Almost there. Almost got that one. The confusion damage was a little bit too much for my Azu there. Great game. Well played to my opponent on that one. Moving on to the third battle here. So we have Hypno on the lead versus Azumarill. So this isn't a bad matchup here for the Hypno, because I am able to pressure it, but they do swap into an Escavalier, which is interesting to see here in the Great League. I'm going to be going for a Thunder Punch real quick, seeing what they want to do. Here's where having a Fire Punch would actually have been nice. So I do swap into Vigoroth here on the charge move. It is the Mega Horn, which I was able to catch on my Vigoroth here. Nice. I'm able to get to the body slam here before I go down. Gonna be doing some nice chip damage here, or getting a shield from this Escavalier. Gets a shield, which is fine. So I am going to be coming into the Azumarill here, attempting to bubble down. Now I'm not going to shield. And this time they're actually going to be going for an aerial ace. I think Chill Run might have been a better choice there from the Escav. But anyway, they're coming back into the Hypno now. We're getting to this play rough here. Doing some nice chip damage to this Hypno. That's about half. So I am going to be swapping into my own Hypno on the charge move right there. This is most likely just going to be a punch. And it is the Thunder Punch. Great catch. So I'm going to be going to swapping. So they swap into a Azumarill, and I am able to throw a Shadow Ball here. We'll see what the opponent wants to do. They actually shield it, which is fine. So at this point, I can be straight going for Thunder Punch spam here. Gonna have to shield this Hypno. To go for an Ice Beam, which is okay. Gonna try to build up a little bit more to pseudo back-to-back here. So this one is coming through. Does again some very nice chip damage here. I overfarmed here a little bit. I'm gonna have to shield this one as well. Another Ice Beam coming through. So I'm gonna be firing off this one here. Taking out the Azu. Then their own Hypno is coming back in. It's going to be able to take me out here with a punch, which is fine. I still have the Azumarill in the back here, about to hit a charge move. And I'm able to get off this play rough here to take out the Hypno. The Shadow Hypno, actually. So, great game. Well played to my opponent there. So as I mentioned before, this team is incredibly safe, incredibly strong. Now you will see the next battle here that I will get pretty hard countered. So again, Umbreon will give this team some trouble, except that Vigoroth can counter Umbreon. You just have to be able to win switch, and I'll show you guys this one. So that's actually coming up later. So Hypno into Politoed. It's a pretty neutral matchup. Just have to be careful for the Weather Ball spam from the Politoed. Charge move coming through. It's going to be a Weather Ball here from this. Oh, they actually go for an Earthquake. Very nice. I'm going for back-to-back Thunder Punches here. So the first one's coming through. It does get the shield, which is fine. I'm going to be throwing another one right away. It's a CMP tie. No shielding this one because I know that this one is a Weather Ball. Weather Ball, Hypno can live it. Gonna get off the Thunder Punch right now. Doing some nice chip damage here to this Politoed. So I'm gonna come in with Vigoroth now. Attempt to farm down, but they come in with an little Marowak. So my game plan here is to try to go for a Bulldoze. They go for the Bone Club. And I'm actually going to be going for some body slam spam. Again, trying saying that a couple times fast. Body slams won't do too much here against this AWAC. I'm trying to get to the Bulldoze now. I do decide to shield up this Bone Club. be going for the Bulldoze here. I'm expecting them to shield, and they do, which is fine. And we trying to catch the move onto the Hypno, and I do. So they do throw the Bone Club, which takes out my Hypno, that's fine. Hopefully I am able to get to the Bulldoze against the Vigoroth, but they do come in with a Shadow Machamp to try to aggressively farm me down. However, I am able to get to one Body Slam here against this Shadow Machamp. Does some nice damage. Sadly not able to get to another one, but I have an Azumarill here, ready to go against this Machamp. Actually, it's not a Shadow Machamp. My mistake. So the charge move coming through, it's going to be the Rock Slide, which does some good neutral damage here against the Azu. Actually able trying to bubble down this Machamp here. Gonna no shield this one. Just a cross chop. So I'm able to bubble down the Machamp, which is great. Now they're coming back in with the Politoed. I'm going to be getting off this play rough here, which takes out the Politoed. Now I have to be careful here with this Alolan Marowak. We do CMP tie. Now this is where having Hydro Pump on the Azu would have helped actually, so have to go for play roughs here. Ice Beam would be doing less damage against the Marowak, getting it a little bit lower. However, the Marowak can get to charge moves pretty quickly, but luckily I am able to bubble down the AWAC before it can get to a move. Great game, well played to my opponent there. Alright, and we're moving into the final battle. So, as I mentioned before, this is the battler that I faced who had an Umbreon on the lead, which is actually very bad against my Hypno. So Hypno on the lead versus Umbreon. So this is a terrible lead. I have to swap right away. I'm going straight to my Azu this time, actually. And they come in with a Toxicroak. A little bit of lag. Love to see it. Going for a play rough right away. Up is coming through against this Toxicroak. So I do have to shield the potential Sludge Bomb here, but they actually throw a Mud Bomb bait, which is unfortunate. Gonna be trying to bubble down this Toxicroak, but now I know that this one is a Sludge Bomb, so I actually let it go, and it is the Sludge Bomb, which is unfortunate. Almost takes out my Azu. Not able to get to a charge move, which is unfortunate. So we have to come in with the Vigoroth here. So now they come in with their own Azumarill, which is really bad. And of course you guys can probably guess the outcome of this, since my Vigoroth is not aligned with the Umbreon, and the Hypno is not aligned with this Azumarill. So yeah, this is pretty much a game over here for me. I'm already down a shield as well. Trying to go for the Body Slam spam here against this Azumarill. So yeah, just trying to chip away as much damage as I can. I'm gonna let this move go. And yeah, I know that this game is over, so there really isn't much of a point, but I'm gonna be fighting it out till the end. I'm gonna swap into the Hypno, and of course the Umbreon comes back in, and this is pretty much a game over here. Great game, well played to my opponent there. There really wasn't much I can do because, again, the alignment wasn't in my favor, and I just didn't properly align well. I should have tried to win switch here on that one, then I would have been able to get the alignment that I wanted. But unfortunately, since I did not win the switch advantage here, that is where I fell short in this battle. So yeah, not too bad of an effort here from me, but again, this didn't really go so well. So Umbreon is going to be able to pretty much farm me down, I guess, at this point. So yeah, these Thunder Punch are basically doing nothing to the Umbreon, and again, it's going to be able to farm me down. And it has a move for the Vigoroth. At this point, the Vigoroth is too low, so they do have the Azumarill back in the back with a lot of health too. So yeah, there isn't really much I can do here at this point. So yeah, decide to let it go. I mean, there's no really anything I can do here at this point. So great game to my opponent, well played. So again, this team is very, very safe and very bulky. Just have to watch out for certain matchups, like I mentioned. Just that Umbreon one that you saw at the end gave me a lot of trouble. But again, as long as you can align everything correctly, then you should be in a good spot to be able to win most matchups. So yeah, that's pretty much all for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next one.